revealed the 4 straight. That is normally red on the modified YT1300. Or sorry, what is it? Scavenged? The Resistance Falcon, but he used the Leia crew in order to change it to white, so he's good there. Did do the boost, though, so it does end up with a stress. Fun walk. I like that. Scuffed YT1300. To answer some questions here, the Rocker Crocker says, you don't have to Zoom with your students daily? No, actually, I can't. I am not allowed to do it daily. There's a lot going on. They're trying not to overwhelm parents and kids with too much, my district at least, with too much online learning. Actually, I got a funny email today. I just kind of laughed to myself. So the district just officially approved Zoom this week. We had to, do some training on it, and we basically worked with Zoom to get a more modifiable version of Zoom, if that makes any sense. But I mean, not much is different. It's just the way the kids join the meetings are different, so that passwords aren't out there, and you got random people trying to join meetings. But for my beginners, my 5th graders, so those are 4 different elementary schools. I have a Zoom meeting now officially set for my my intermediate orchestra and my advanced orchestra. But for my beginners, I was told, no, you can't do Zoom. Can't do it. Too much Zoom. But you can continue doing your orchestra live streams, which are like, I was doing them like an hour and a half just to like give kids something to do. And I was like, wait, so I can't do Zoom because we're trying to not overwhelm the home, but I can do an hour and a half live stream? And the answer was yes. I was very, very confusing. But anyway, here you go. Revis turning right there and facing down Ray, looks like. Taking a focus there. ZZ coming in. Yeah, Rocker Crocker. Even my wife's teaching. She's a high school teacher too. Isn't that much. Raid taking a target lock. All right, look, man, Bryant, the Choose Your Champion right now looks super one-sided. We only have 8 votes. Go ahead, type 1 or 2 in the chat, guys. All right, taking the target lock on to Rush. Von Reg 3 banking. Might just be out of the arc for Ray. Go ahead on the other side of the table, get a better look at that arc right there. That's close. And he's out now for sure. Von Reg has no shots. ZZ not in range of anybody. Kova's not going to have a shot either. Ray's up. Revis was in that front arc. So here we go. Going to Revis at range 3. Here's the roll. Adding the blank with Finn. Debating what he wants to do. Just going to let it sit just like that. Just one hit. One evade. So chooses not to use a target lock there. I guess no, he took the target lock on Rush, so that's why he didn't shoot it. Roll anything against Revis. 3 hits. You have 1 dice outside the box. Coming. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, go ahead, re-roll it. Anything outside the box, just re-roll. All right, so was able to get a shield there on ZZ. Hold on 1 second, guys. So the lock there was for the freelance slicer, by the way, guys. That's why he's taking locks. So he made Rush lose his focus. Revis 2 dice into Ray. 1 hit. As the blank, no damage there. And they are back to dials. So freelance slicer, for anybody who's not familiar with that, is one of the upgrade cards on Ray. And it says, while you defend, before attack dice are rolled, you may spend a lock you have on the attacker to roll 1 attack die. If you do, the attacker gains 1 jam token. Then, on a hit or a crit result, gain 1 jam token. So you got to roll a die and see if you end up jamming yourself. But of course, Ray already pretty much just relies on her force, and she does have 3 of them with, she has 2 of them. And then, she's just relying on that to get those locks out there. Of course, Ray can become force-starved pretty easily. So I'm curious to see, the balance of using freelance slicer versus, taking something like a focus. It's good. It's cool tech, though. I will say that freelance slicer, while it is a rare card, it is one of those that I have seen once in a while, and the only person I've seen it on is Ray as well. For the reasons I just stated, like she doesn't quote unquote always need her action because she's using the force to modify those blanks. And you also, with Rose, you just taking those target locks for free, right? So you end up at some point you end up kind of like a glutton for modifications. Like, I guess I got this target lock. What can I do with it? And rather than having it left over, you have, you have something out there. And you can continue freelance slicing as well. Because Rose lets you pick up that lock every time you roll a die by spending a die. So, in a single turn, you can end up putting out quite a few locks and jamming quite a few people. Somebody asking, is a 3 sloop left good here? Is it good? He's talking about Ray specifically. I don't know. Von Reg has a pretty easy 1 hard coming in here, so you might end up opening up your backside to Von Reg if you do that. Though, of course, you do have Kova bearing down, but Kova doesn't move too quick. Here's a question for you, super random. I'm always curious to see people's perception of their playing ability of X-Wing. Not necessarily your knowledge base, because some people might be like, oh, I know all the cards, but I'm bad. Or I'm really good at the game, though I don't know half the cards that exist in the game. You know, that definitely happens. Oh, thank you so much to Danko Wiskin for gifting 5 subs. Thank you so much, man. They've gifted 55 subs to the channel. Thank you. So my question for you guys in the chat is, on a scale from 1 to 5, 5 being, I mean, we'll widen it. We'll make it 10. Okay, scale from 1 to 10. 10 being, you know, expert level, top tier, the best, and 1 being like you just opened a core set today. Where would you put yourself? Where would you put yourself on that scale? And be honest. Like I am curious. I'm curious. It's always fun. I think, honestly, probably for myself, like playing ability-wise, I probably put myself at maybe a 6, you know, slightly above average. Maybe potential to be a 7 with practice. All right. Using the auto thrusters to roll back here. Maybe anticipating Ray doing that sloop. All right. So we got a hard turn there from Kova. R4 makes it white, but, of course, with the ability, she's going to get those bonus dice. Marcel Manzano puts himself at a 2. Stop trolling. There is the sloop. And taking the boost. And just to note, he did use Leia there to make the sloop white. Boost it in to get in Revis's face. Lahus looking at Ray as well. 4 straight, a little fast there for Von Reg. I think the 3 would have been better. So now I'm not sure he has the space to fit the boost, but he gets to try. Daredevil is equipped, so I think he's got that. I should just notice the Daredevil. He's got it. Taking a deplete with a target lock. And Daredevil boosts. So it'll be range 1, only 3 dice, but he's got a mod there. And that is better than having the extra die, on average. Von Reg is up, no bullseye there, so no ability for the next turn. Here we go, 3 dice. Spends the target lock as he didn't get anything there. And 2 hits. Is able to spend the focus and takes no damage there on Kova. ZZ coming in here. Range 3, 2 on 4. No bullseye shenanigans here. Spends a focus for 2 hits. And uses ZZ's ability to get another focus. Whoa! Von Reg taking half points early here. Raise up. Ray, do I sense? Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, range 1 to Revis. He wants to make sure he takes advantage of that ability if possible. Also getting Finn as well. There we go. 4 dice. Adds the blank. Spends it to get the target lock using Rose. And spends the lock to re-roll the 3 non-hits and ends up with 3 hits and a crit. That is what he was looking for there, trying to get rid of this TIE fighter early. 1 evade, able to spend that and takes hit crit. And that crit is going under the shield's half points on Revis. Yeah, he grabbed too many cards there. Oh, it was a direct hit. We didn't see the direct hit. It was a fast flip. So down to 1 there. Lehus spends Revis's lock to re-roll. And spends for 3 hits. Got the evade. Adds a blank. And spends the force with her ability. And takes only 1 shield on Ray. And whiffs with Revis. All right, so after that big engagement, Bryant is ahead 44-0. After being able to get, oh man, I don't want to call it an easy 2 hits onto Von Reg, but man, getting half points this early, just initial engagement, the force is strong with Bryant right now. So let's see, is Diego going to get cagey here with Von Reg? Start playing defensive now to try to hold on to it, or are you going to get aggressive? Are you going to try to maybe chase yourself down a ZZ to low? You know, those TIE BAs do have the capability to do a little bit of arc dodging themselves, but of course, Resistance A-Wings are absolutely expert at creating space and just keeping time on target. Now, for those of you guys who are watching out there, it's always really fun to interact with you guys. And I got another question for you guys. Another question for you. Anybody in the audience? A musician? Give us shout outs to my musicians. Anybody out there? I'd consider you a musician, or maybe I should say more, somebody who plays an instrument. You actively play an instrument. I don't care what it is, but something. Even a hobbyist counts as well. All right. So, and then let us know. What do you play? You play guitar. You play. Looks like we got the Worst Coast Child. He's a jazz drummer. He's quite good. Nano Antonio says I can play records. Dark Knight slaps the bass. Nickel City X-Wing guitar for 21 years. Yes. All right. 4 straight with Revis and Focus. Giving some support to Von Reg. Kova going to go ahead and use Leia to make that a white stop. And 1 straight for Ray. Going to try to utilize that back arc a little bit, it would seem. Target lock on Revis. All right, Lehus makes a turn. So no shots on Ray at the moment. He'd have to turn his arc. And is sitting at range 1. There is an obstacle in the way there, but he might be able to actually... And he did rotate to the back there. All right, Von Reg. Hit crit going into ZZ. Diego managing to make sure his Von Reg did not get shot up this turn. And got him. ZZ took an additional focus token rather than an evade. There's a lot of shots coming in. Spends a focus for 2 hits on to the IFO. Got the 2 evades. Ray has a chance to get him off the board. It's a range 2 shot. Ray does have a target lock out there onto Revis. So 3 and 3. Has the lock, doesn't need it. He's going to go ahead and spend the force. He was debating spending the lock, but he goes with the force. And Revis is going to be removed from the table. Bryant extending his lead now, 57-0. All right. Looks like it's going at ZZ here. Missed the fact that he had a target lock out there. So no damage on ZZ. Special Forces Gunner shenanigans here for Lehus going out the back at Ray. One fell out of the box. Going to go ahead and re-roll. That was a focus. Spends the focus for 2 hits. Spends the force and reduces it down to 1 damage. Going downtown, range 3 at Lehus. Has a focus for 2 hits and a crit. Lehus is taking 2. He's got 1 shield left. So going for Kova now. She is worth more points. He's tempted to go at ZZ there. Only 1. 3 dice because of the red maneuver that Kova did. And no problem. We good. How are you? Now, for anybody who's just joining us today, I want to remind you guys that the Space Jam is this weekend, the Space Jam event. Super excited for all of you guys who are going to be playing and watching. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I think, honestly, we're going to have a great time. We're going to have an absolutely great time. We're giving a bunch of stuff away. We got cool prizes. I'm really excited. I wonder... sorry, the other thing was, if you're on the wait list, I'm going to tell you, there is a chance you get in. There is a chance, because I have gotten a couple of emails today of people dropping out. The 8-bit deity, that's a great question. I need to... I noticed it today, like, as we were logging on, so I have to test it out to see what the time takes to color code now. I know you don't have to right-click all the pieces. You can just do the one that's attached to it, but at the same time, you're still... I don't know. You still have to go through, and if it's 8 ships, you still have to right-click, and you know, there's still 24 clicks you got to make, right? 3 clicks times 8 ships. So requirements would probably still be the same. You just you can use the TTS color coding if need be, rather than the dial arcs. And my biggest worry out of everything is somebody being upset playing against a swarm and they feel like they didn't have enough time. So it is cool how they figured out how to do that, though. Like, that's awesome. Shout out to our TTS modifiers, dev team, whatever they like to be called, TTS lords. Now, this weekend, we're going to be live. I'll have my co-commentator with me, Ryan Farmer. Our judges are D. Yoon and Michael Juris. I also have producing in the background and backup judge Nick Sperry. Should be good. Marcel says ban swarms. I'll ban you. You're done. You're dead to me. All right. Kova's going to lay again and just hang out. ZZ, focus, rotate. Bringing that arc to the back. Ray's doing the sloopy-doop. She's gonna be out of the fight this turn, but I think that's all right, especially because she only has one force. Nick Red Leader 77. It is extended. All right. There is the strain from Von Reg. They did call it. Sloop takes a stress. Range 1. 4 on 0. Hit crit. Rolling 1. Yeah, because of strain. There you go. Takes them both, and those are on the shields. All right, ZZ going on Lahus. Looks like that's where we're going to focus fire. They already got 2 shields down. Hit crit. Did not have to spend the focus there. Takes them both. And takes another focus with ZZ. Lahus took a fuel leak. And it looks like Diego forgot to rotate that arc. 2 crits going at Kova. Takes 1. Shields are down. All right. Kova going on Lahus as well. Dialed in a red maneuver, so that's going to be 3 attack dice. Spends for hit crit. Seeing if he could take Lahus out. Not today. Got the evades he needed. Rushes up. Trying to see the shields are down. Can he get to those half points? Hit crit. Could do it. And does. Down to 3. And the crit is a direct hit. Takes an additional damage down to 2. So Diego able to get some points here on the board, even though he's down 82 to 29. Now, even though that score seems slighted, maybe being able to quickly get Kova and Zizi off the board could leave you with maybe, Rush and Von Reg left to deal with Ray. I mean, that sounds like an uphill battle, but you got a chance. You got to give yourself a chance. All right. There's some confusion in the chat. Kova was 1 normally. Did he roll only 1 dice? He rolled 2. It was 1 against Von Reg because he was strained. And Von Reg's ability is going to trigger again, dishing out that strain. $36 and a little bit left. And looks like Bryant is almost set to go. And we're pretty sure we're going to end up seeing a 3-bank from Ray. Use Leia to make that a blue maneuver. Right, I'm pretty sure that's white normally on that dial. Yep, make that blue. And bring her into the fray here. Start chasing down Lahus and Rush. No, the people can't hear you even though you're talking like a pirate. It's fine. All right. Just talking to the players. I know you guys can't hear them, but I have them in my ear here. All right, Von Reg triggers here. Rush, 4K focus, anticipating that Kova might be moving. Pattern Analyzer allows him to do the focus. And stops again, serving up Rush at range 1. What's the action? Has jam. Could jam. And there's the call. Space Jam. But he actually jammed Von Reg. All right. 2 bank to the right. And Ray only does a 2. Which will go ahead and relieve her of the stress. Takes a focus. Already has a target lock on LaHouse out there. Currently has that arc to the front, rotating it to the, head to the back, turns it to the front. Von Reg, 4 straight. Losing the stress, but he's jammed, so he's debating how, he has some options here, but he's going to end up down a token. He's debating trying to barrel roll out of Kova's arc. He's playing from behind. He's debating whether to play aggressive. Takes a deplete to take the target lock, which will get rid of the jam token. And focuses, taking the risk of being shot twice. But digging deep. Does he have the shot? He does not. He took the risk of not barrel rolling and ends up punished. Will Von Reg live through it? We don't know. Ray LaHouse. One hit, adds a blank with Finn. Spends the lock on all 3 of them. Ends up with 2. Going to do the force for 3. And seems to have forgotten the Rose trigger to take a target lock. But takes 1. So might still matter. Still kicking at this point. He's going at LaHouse at range 2. He has a range 1 shot on Von Reg right there. I'm not in love with the choice. Only 1 hit. Spends a focus. Ah, man. I think that's a misplay. I think that's a misplay by Bryant. He had a chance. 2 shots in the Von Reg. Von Reg is worth more points. Here we go, LaHouse into Kova. Whiffs on the attack. I guess if he cleared the focus already, man, he would have had 2 range 1 shots in the Von Reg. One hit, 1 fell out the box, and only 1. And he does get taken off the board. Just barely. Rushes up. He might just be out of range of Ray. That is correct. And now it's Rush and Von Reg versus the Resistance. 106 to 29. It's a rough spot. Rough spot for Diego right now. Now, Kova is currently strained, which is a defense, defensive token, -1 agility, and she would not lose that until she defends or does a blue. Oh no, but who's Shouter? You're right. Don't forget to clear the strain. All right. They got that strain cleared. Ex-Lahus took the shot there. Now I know that we got quite a few what we call you guys, computery people, people who are into cool computers. Anybody out there got a cool like X-Wing or Star Wars themed PC setup? Just curious. I have mine's I call it the Droid Depot. I have a few droids inside. With all my RGB. All right. Kova just hanging out there one more time. Seems like a good spot. All right. Ray coming in, trying to track themselves down a Von Reg. Where is he going? Blows right through. But ZZ's right there, range 1. Does he end up strained? He does not. Range 1 into Von Reg from ZZ. Has a focus available. No bullseye, though. And hit, crit, crit. That is likely going to at least do 1. And that's it. Triple blank out. Von Reg off the table. Rush versus the world. Diego, he tried to get Von Reg into a spot that might have caught Bryant off guard, but it ends up obviously going positive for Bryant. So now leaving Rush to the end makes it so that the ability of Rush, which if you're not familiar, it's once Rush is damaged, he becomes initiative 6. Leaving him to the end game makes it so that he doesn't have as much time to take advantage of his ability. It's a very good target priority strategy, and Bryant is working it beautifully. Now he, of course, has to track rush down, but it's definitely easier to get those first 3 hits at least while he's at initiative 2 rather than at initiative 6. All right. R4 plus Leia equals blue. So no longer stressed. Focus, rotate for ZZ. Putting Rush in the box. What's in the box? It's Rush. Rey won't have a shot this turn, but takes the target lock. Rey's got no shot. Kova did trigger her ability, though, because the red hard won, so watch out for that. Only 1 hit. Got it. Another range 2 shot coming in. This will be 3 dice because she revealed the red 1 hard. And 1 again. Holding on to the focus for defense. And has no focus token, so takes a shield. Shooting back. 3 dice going into Kova. Spends the focus. Sorry, did have a focus, saving it for offense. Only 1, though. Got it. Heroic triggers, though. And safe. Whew. Bryant is on Lady Luck on her side right now. Oh, D. Brody calling best card in the game. It's good for sure. When it works out like that. So let me know, guys. What do you think is going to be? What faction do you think will win the Space Jam? What faction do you think will win the Space Jam? That's one thing we didn't get a chance to talk about on the podcast this week. Was what we thought the possible meta is going to be for Space Jam. What do you think is going to take the cake? Remember, it's extended. Anything can be played. Anything at all. Make it a poll. I can do that. All right. Laying the stop. Got the jam off. That's going to be getting rid of that focus. Rey did bump there, so no shot. ZZ coming around the mountain. Gonna barrel roll to the right, trying to get that gun on target and then rotate most likely. And there's the rotate. There's the poll you guys were asking for. Go ahead, put your vote in. What faction you think is going to take the Space Jam? But here we go. Range 1. 1 crit. And safe. Rush does not have a shot back. Again, guys, go ahead. Vote in our poll. I'm curious to know your guys' opinion. Just an opinion poll. Costs nothing. Just got to type a number in the chat. What faction do you think will win the Space Jam event? You got 148 players playing in an extended, competitive level online event. 1 for Rebels. Vote 2 is Empire. 3 Scum. 4 Resistance. 5 First Order. 6 Republic. 7 Separatists. So type the number of what you think will take the cake. There's 65 people watching. I want 60 votes. Let's go. Make it 60 votes. I know it's not very realistic, but I can hope. Get those votes in there. Get those votes. All right. Looks like Bryant is ready. Kova stopping again. Ray coming around the mountain. And looks like he's just going to hang out. He already has a target lock out there. Bumps there, so I don't think we're going to get any shots. So right now we got 21 votes. I'd actually be really happy if half of you guys voted, because I want to do one other poll. I want to do one other poll. After this, I need 8 more votes. Because after this, I want to ask you guys, what faction are you or would you have played if you were participating in this Space Jam event? But not yet. This is just currently, what do you think is going to win? No Mish Incan yelling chocolate in the chat. Not sure what that means, but that's cool. Alrighty, next one coming up. And there's the Leia trigger. All right, using Leia and R4 together to make it blue maneuver. And he's going to go ahead and rotate that arc for Ray. First time she's done that this game. And got it. 1 hit, 3 crits. That's one way to do it. It's going to be taken 2. And hits I6. He attacks immediately. Has a loose stabilizer there on Rush. And now 11 minutes and change left in the rounds. There's really nothing that Diego can do at this point. It's tough. And from the looks of it, I was waiting to see if he would attack with Rush. And it looks like he didn't have any valid targets. It was just out of arc. All right, 1 reverse makes it white with Leia. Sad Diego. No machine can. You're on fire today, man. All right. Taking the rotate there for Ray. Rush going into the corner. Repairing the loose stabilizer. ZZ range 3 downtown. Focus for 2. Two fell out the box. And takes another damage. Down to 2. And Ray, force for 3. And safe. Not sure if Kova has any shots. No. And they're back to dials. Oof. So yeah, we're going to be streaming all 6 rounds. this weekend, so hopefully you guys are able to stick with us. And all right, so let's go ahead and switch up that poll. So we had here, people think that Scum had the most votes with 40%. Scum might take the cake in the Space Jam event. Now let's go ahead and let's change up the question. So what faction will/would you play in Space Jam? All right, so that's coming up right now. Same numbers. Just let us know what are you going to play, or what would you have played if you were participating in the Space Jam event. Super curious. Shoot. All right, looks like they're ready to go. All right, Ray's getting used here. So we got Ray turned around. Boosting straight, staying aggressive versus Rush, trying to box him in. And just barely fits there. Probably focus boost to get out of the arc. Yep. ZZ will still have a shot. Here's ZZ. Got hit crit. Spends the focus, no damage. And no crack shot because Rush was just out of the arc. Looks like they accidentally deleted a ship, so we're going to go ahead and pause the timer. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. They got him back in the right spot. Did they lock him down? A-Bit Diddy, great question. Yeah, so we're going to be doing the right click. The right click auto checker is God. Since it does do obstruction and all that, it's just way easier. So yes, that one. That's a great question. That's definitely on my list of things to remind everybody at the beginning of Space Jam. Good to know what the truth is. That's right. The right click is the truth. Kova seeing if she can jam, and has it in range. Takes a stress. And has it. All right, is he going to go ahead and focus? Rushes up. All right, boost and barrel roll. And this is probably it. Ray has a range 2 shot. All hits. Got 3 of them. All right, takes a force. Ends up taking 1 damage. Uses the force there. It did start the clock again. Adds a blank. That was a focus, yep. Spends the lock that he has established earlier. Spends the force. 1 blank will call it. Natties. Ends fuel leak. 1 left in the tank. The drama. The drama. ZZ has no targets. Out of range. D Brody Death Ray will destroy you. I mean, that seems to be the case right now. 7 health left. You just have to push through 1 damage. Seems likely. Epionic, yes. So right now, I mean, looks like Bryant pretty much has it set. In the final, we will have Death Ray versus a Sloan Swarm. Somebody able to pop TIE fighters pretty easily versus a lot of them. Mind you, the final is not happening tonight. I'm not sure when the guys at X-Wing Cantina are planning on doing that one, but I said I'd help them out with the top 4. Ray, 1 bank. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I got to go really quickly. Being summoned. Hey guys, real quick. Your guys' table mic is on. I got to step away from the mic for a second.
Roger that. Hot mic. Hey, everyone. Hey, chat. I can't see chat, so I don't know what they're saying. 3 hits. and spend my ability to require the things.
All right. That's game then, because you're gonna crack shot it, and then that's
Crack
3.
shot.
So
Good, yeah.
good game. Well, it was good for you. Yeah,
Good
shaking hands
game.
with the little things.
Yeah, dude. Great flying. I was intimidated by this list from the.
Thank you. I don't know. I think I could have done a little better with Von.
I'll save the. I'll wait till the mic's closed before for any feedback on that. But I did. Vonrig was such a powerful, just this cloud of death hanging over this end of the field. And I knew Kova was going to take a beating if I didn't get some support back there. So my ZZ had to change course and cover Kova and punish Vonrig for anything they did over there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I felt really glad that I called I was sloop this way. Then I just didn't capitalize on it very well.
Yeah, I thought you would do that, which is why once I thought you were gonna turn back in, do a 1-turn, and do all your shenanigans. And my trade-off was gonna be, and until Rush did the thing that Rush did, I was focused on. I was like, okay, I can't let Vonrig shoot me. I'll sloop, lay it, lock, and that way Vonrig can't hit me that hard. But then when there were potentially two firing arcs there, and I couldn't return on either of them, I'm like, I have to get out and eat this TIE fighter up for breakfast.
Yeah, but it was good. You flew very well. I no complaints about my defeat. So thanks for the game.
Thank you for the game. I don't know what happens next. Dion stepped away and chat.
He just kind of walked away. I don't know if we're still on stream or not.
Yeah, I think we are, but oh man, but chat's just listening to this?
Yeah.
Hi, chat.
I hope they're having fun.
I hope you enjoyed that game.
Shout out to my man Scott, who plays at my local store.
Shout out to Scott. Shout out to the Perky Nerd. That's my local store, and everyone who flies there. And I also fly at Next Gen Games here in SoCal, so I'll give them some love too. They're gonna razz me if I don't.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, this means I have to fly against that TIE swarm.
Good luck.
That's Sloan.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll wait for Dion to come back and figure out what he wants.
Yeah. I don't think you're playing tonight, but I don't know. I'll be sure to watch if it's streamed.
I hear the man.
Yeah.
Unless it was just the wind rustling in Dion's house.
I'll just take Rush off the board so he knows that it's over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cards. The wind blows the cards around the table.
Yeah. You know, they simulated that too.
I hope Dion's okay.
I think he thought the game was going to take a lot longer.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for holding it down. Sorry. I had to take care of a family issue. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us here. Gold Squadron League Night. We're going to be live on this weekend. All right? This weekend for the Space Jam. And congratulations to Bryant for getting the W. Thanks for playing, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Let's go ahead and flip that table. Have some fun. Gold Squadron out.